Iron Hype.
Hey guys, HestaBeezy here with IronHype, and with me we have Mr. Sir, and we're going to talk to you guys about the new Tom Clancy Rainbow Six Siege that's going to be coming out. I know at E3 they mentioned it, and it looks really exciting. I'm excited about it. It's going to be totally different compared to the other ones, but I think it'll be a good change. Um, but yeah, what do you think, Mr. Sir?
Yeah, well, me and you, we go back a long time playing us some Rainbow Six back in the early college days with Vegas 2,
Yeah.
and I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, man, I think it's gonna be sweet. First off, I guess I'll just start with the obvious change, and that's the first person. I know they have first person in the other Rainbow Sixes, but whenever you get up against the walls, you used to be able to look third person, And I think it's really going to be a game changer, especially in that competitive scene. So I think that's kind of a good move.
Yeah, the third person is definitely. Uh, I was always a huge fan of Gears,
Yeah,
of that franchise, as I know you were, and that was always one of my favorite things. Is I love third person shooters, but
yeah.
the fact that it's both,
Hmm.
depending on your situation, it brings a Gears of War mixed with kind of like a Call of Duty, a new age Call of Duty feel. I'm not a huge fan of Call of Duty, but Call of Duty with Gears, yeah,
Yeah.
I'd play that.
Yeah, yeah, man. But I mean, I think it's gonna be sweet. They have like the drones and stuff you can use to sneak around and find your enemies, stuff like that. That could be useful. I know in some games they have those opportunities, but people don't use them all the time. But I think it'd be really nice to use. You can even go like underneath doors, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, you certainly can, and it brings in the whole team aspect of things.
Yeah.
Uh, Call of Duty, yeah, search and destroy, maybe some teamwork, but
Hmm.
in this game, from gameplay footage, it doesn't look like it would be very easy to complete a mission without having at least decent teamwork, especially on harder difficulties.
Hmm.
Um, and I think that's cool. I'm always a team player.
Yeah.
Solo games, yeah, they have their place, but a good multiplayer where you have to use teamwork, I think that is it takes the cake in multiplayer games, in my opinion.
Yeah. I agree. Call of Duty's fun and stuff like that, but I mean, let's be honest, it's been the same since like we were like
The very first one.
kindergarten. Yeah.
Yes,
But
yes.
like, I agree, man. They're mixing it up, and that they took a risk, but I think it's gonna work out, man. Like, especially if people get in the competitive scene with this. Like, I love watching competitive get like shooter games, and I think this would be one really fun one to watch to see how people say, okay, man, well, you'll be the guy with the shield, you stay in the front, and I'll stay behind you shooting, and yep, your berserkers and all this stuff like that. And I love how anything is destructible in that game. Like, oh,
It is. And you know what? I guess in that aspect, you can throw in a little bit of Battlefield as well. Battlefield's
mm,
also a more slowed down game.
mm,
Rainbow Six, you really have to take it slow to do good, and
mm,
I think it's almost agonizing. Um,
mm,
you take it slow, room by room. The pressure builds until you finally get to that one big fight scene, or
mm,
your objective, instead of run and gun, shoot 'em up all the time, 24/7, just spawn, run, die.
yeah,
Those games have their place, but they're not game of the year worthy, I don't think.
yeah, I agree.
Um, I won't play those games over anything like this,
Hmm.
especially with friends. It
Yeah.
just it doesn't make sense to me. The graphics, especially for computer,
Hmm.
I think they're going to be top notch for shooters out there. I'm not a huge graphics guy.
Yeah.
They, kind of put the cherry on top. If this didn't have top of the line graphics or whatever, I wouldn't care. But the
Hmm.
fact that I believe they do, and it sure looks like it, I think I think that'll be really good. It's more
Hmm.
about the gameplay than anything else, but when you can have a little bit of extra fluff that's not necessarily needed, it's always nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. Another thing Giles mentioned about the video that E3 did. Um, there's there's always that debate of is was it really in real time or not, you know? And I think that's something I really can't say there it was or wasn't, you know. But but I will say like when they were doing the terrorist stunt, it's pretty obvious. Like you don't want to make it like butcher it, you know. So you do it like on the easiest mode, you know.
Oh yeah,
And so I'm really curious to see how it is with like the hardest difficulty. And
sort of reminds me of the Mile High achievement on Call of Duty 4. It's known as one of the hardest achievements uh, in any game.
mm,
I hope it's not that hard,
yeah,
but I like playing my games, my shooters especially, on higher difficulties.
hmm,
Uh, it just makes it more real. It lasts longer, and especially more fun with your friends. It makes you think more about what you're going to do, because if you can die a lot sooner or a lot easier, well, you can't just run in there and do whatever you want. You have to think before you do stuff. I'm pretty I'm pretty excited.
yeah. Like I think when the game starts out, people are really gonna try to just I guess like run around a bunch. And I think at first it will work out for most people, but then later on people will start figuring out how the game works, and then they'll just get just completely dominated. That's how I feel like this game's gonna end up being like at first. But I think eventually people are gonna realize playing slow is best.
I hope that they have the customization like Rainbow Six Vegas 2. That was, in my opinion, one of the biggest features.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone likes customizing. That's
True.
why there's armor mods and weapon mods, because the more and more customization you have, the more individual you are. Because literally, I'll sit there for an hour changing my dude's shirts and stuff.
Yeah,
I
no,
love it.
it was personal, man.
I'm a girl, but I love it. Like,
Dude, I feel you, man. You gotta look just sick nasty when you're on the battlefield.
yes, you do.
Shoot.
One last thing, I guess, would be the campaign.
Mm,
Um,
yes.
I haven't heard too much about it, but
Hmm.
from the videos that I've seen, I think Rainbow Six has always been a multiplayer game.
Hmm.
I really liked the Rainbow Six Vegas 2 campaign. Um,
Yeah.
I think they're more multiplayer, but I feel like this one's going to be a good campaign. It seems like they've really tried their best on the campaign. I hope it's going to be one of those games like Halo 3.
Hmm.
Fantastic multiplayer, fantastic campaign. Um, most games have one or the other, but there are those that squeak by and find out a way to make it work. And I really hope that this is one of them.
Yeah.
I love a great campaign, but I am more of a multiplayer fan. But hey, like I said, extra fluff. If you can do it, then well, it's definitely worth my money. All right, well, that about wraps it up for this video with IronHype Entertainment. I am Mr. Sir,
And I'm HestaBeezy.
and guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, post it below. If you like us, like us. If you don't, then well, hit the thumbs down. I would hate for you to do that, but anyways, that's it
Yeah.
for this video. We'll catch you later, guys.
See you, dudes.